Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this very special testing of a beer that's very near and dear to the hearts of many San Diegans. What I was able to procure was a bottle of AleSmith 394, but this is no regular bottle. This is the Imperial 394, very, very limited edition. In fact, it's called the Hall of Fame edition of the Tony Gwynn inspired, Tony Gwynn collaborated 394. Brewed and bottled by AleSmith Brewing Company, one of the landmark Mount Rushmore breweries of San Diego County. They've been around since 1995. And this beer is called the 394 because of the highest batting average that Tony Gwynn ever achieved in a single season, which was 394. And if you did not know, one of his last things he did was collaborate with AleSmith to make a beer. There's a regular version of 394, which is absolutely fantastic, very well balanced. This will be my first and maybe only time drinking this amazing, amazing bottle of beer. The back of it is absolutely incredible. Too long to read, but more or less a tribute to the man based on what he was able to do for the county, what he was able to do for the city, what he was able to do for the city, and what he was able to do for the sport. Um, so I will, in fact, be able to show you a little bit about how little I know about this particular bottle of beer. As you can see, it is capped in gold foil. Now, those of you who have had plenty of AleSmith beers before would probably be able to tell me exactly what I needed to do in order to open this and preserve its state, but I don't. So I've brought a wine bottle opener. I have a typical, good sized bottle opener, and just in case things get a little crazy, I have a nice little knife here. In fact, that's how I'm gonna attack it to begin with. I'm gonna cut off lower than the neck of the bottle and see what I'm working with up top, and then go from there. So here we go. I think that should do it. All right, about there. I don't want to damage it too much because it is such a beautiful bottle, and I would like to keep it as something in my family. Okay, so it appears underneath we have a regular uh, bottle cap, so I don't need to use this guy anymore, and I don't need to use this guy, so I'll proceed with the regular bottle opener. Here's the cap. Nothing on top, just a plain looking cap. And what I'm using today is an Acoustic Ales glass, one of the cool new breweries here in San Diego County. They're in a very historic area of San Diego, right off of Washington Street and the 5. Good beers. They call themselves a brewing experiment, so um, I think it's fitting that we have a one-off kind of beer in a glass like this. So we'll go ahead and pour it, see what you guys think. Great carbonation. Good looking beer. Wow. Wow. What a good looking beer. That's the thing about AleSmith. They don't do a lot of different styles. They don't mess around with a whole lot of different um, techniques. But what they do, man, they really do right. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a whiff and let you guys know what I think. Woo! Woo! I am alive, but if I were to die and go to heaven, I would like it to smell like this. Mm. As a West Coast hoppy beer lover, this smells exactly like what I would want a beer to smell like. My goodness, this. Oh man. Oh, I can't really describe how it smells other than hops and very aromatic hops. I don't know enough about hops to be able to say, oh, that's Citra or Centennial or Columbus or Cascade. Although I do know that those are. I can tell you when you try this, it smells like I don't if there's a such thing as glorious hops. That's exactly what it smells like. Um, I'm doing my best to describe it, and now I'm going to do my best to taste it. I don't know how they do it. Wow. Wow. Um, Remarkably balanced. Remarkably well done. Not nearly as hoppy on the palate as it was on the nose. Um, I got a big, big, nice gulp of malt, but not overwhelmingly malty. I got a nice hit of hops, but not overly hoppy. I got a great nose of a well balanced beer. I really don't taste or smell that typical imperial sort of pale ale booziness. I don't get that at all. I just get a solid, remarkably well done beer. And I'll be the first to tell you when a beer sucks, or if I'm trying to make the beer sound better than it is. I am not doing either with this one. This is exquisite. I know that this goes for a lot of money, and I can see why. Not only for its novelty, but they've actually delivered it on taste. Jesus. If you like beer, if you're not willing to spend a little bit more on something like this, then that's completely understandable. Try and find it on tap somewhere. If you can, if you can find this somewhere, anywhere, pony up the dollars for it. This is absolutely incredible. Tony Gwynn, rest in peace. That was absolutely amazing. AleSmith, as always, you've done an exquisite job of making a beer that really is well-rounded, well-balanced. Um, Geez, I really don't know how else to describe it other than this is not just a beer for hopheads. This is a beer for people who like beer. If you happen to enjoy pale ales, this is a definitive Imperial Pale Ale. It's a shame that there's not many of these made. Maybe they'll make more one day, but while it's around, snatch it up. Um, Follow us on Twitter at SDCraftBeer. Follow us on Instagram at CraftBeerSD. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll see more great reviews like this. As I sign off, I'll tell you, get some of this, drink beers, and cheers.